don't want to get too tipsy off this wine I'm about to bring y'all. Now, do y'all know who Argento is? Don't worry about it if you don't. Do you know who Anthony Bourdain is? I'm sure you know who he is, the famous late celebrity chef, okay, who committed suicide approximately 1 day after he found his little young muffin here, Argento. But we're gonna call her Asia because all this shit she been doing here and stirring up here in Hollywood, okay? So Anthony Bourdain ended up committing suicide coincidentally exactly 1 day after some photos leaked of Asia here in Italy spending time with the reporter boyfriend who was responsible for leaking her Harvey Weinstein story. Anthony committed suicide after he found out that she was celebrating with the younger reporter boyfriend, and they were celebrating a job that Anthony had got for her. So instead of her celebrating with the man who got her the job, the man who had her back for these last couple years, she decided to celebrate with the younger boyfriend, and Anthony saw the photos and he kicked the damn bucket. Now, I'm not saying he killed himself over no vagina. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, but the shit sent him straight over the edge. Now, do you know who Asia Argento is? I told you we call her Asia. Only hoes named Asia act like this. Now, after Anthony Bourdain sent the world into a shock after he hung himself after his younger girlfriend traded him in for some younger peen, everybody wanted answers and they wanted money, especially this 22-year-old man here that she allegedly slept with, Asia, when he was 17 years old. Give me a second. I'm gonna explain his money here in a second. Now, when Anthony kicked the bucket, y'all know what kick the bucket means. They hanged themselves and they kicked the damn bucket. Rest his soul. I loved him. He was a real funny and entertaining, educational ass guy. Taught me how to cook. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now, when Anthony kicked the bucket, okay, 1 day after them photos leaked of Asia, everybody wanted answers as to why. So Anthony's ex-wife ended up telling us that he was already suicidal after they had divorced, okay? And so this younger one here, Asia, just sent his ass right over the edge. But that wasn't enough, okay? There was one person in particular that was out for blood when it came to Asia. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say two. Harvey Weinstein, the one she gave a speech on at the Canes.
In 1997, I was raped by Harvey Weinstein here at Cannes. I was 21 years old. This festival was his hunting ground. I want to make a prediction. Harvey Weinstein will never be welcomed here ever again. He will live in disgrace, shunned by a film community that once embraced him and covered up for his crimes. And even tonight, sitting among you, there are those who still have to be held accountable for their conduct against women, for behavior that does not belong in this industry, does not belong in any industry or workplace. You know who you are, but most importantly, we know who you are, and we're not going to allow you to get away with it any longer.
That shit was touching, wasn't it? Gave me chills and everybody else in the room because wasn't nobody brave enough at that time to even out Harvey Weinstein like that. But she somehow mustered up the courage. But as she was giving that speech, there was one person in particular that she had forgot to mention when she gave that heartfelt speech that initiated one of the biggest movements that we know today. It's called Me Too, okay? Everybody came out screaming Me Too when Asia called them out for they fuck shit. Now, as she was calling him out, there was one person in particular that she had forgot to mention, and it was Jimmy Bennet here, okay? Jimmy was 17 years old at the time when they allegedly met. He said that when Asia gave that heartfelt speech, it brought up old feelings. It brought up those memories of the sexual assault that she did against him, okay? Now you get it? Asia calls out Harvey Weinstein with the support of her boyfriend, Anthony Bourdain. He ended up tweeting his love and support for his woman. And as he was tweeting, little Jimmy Bennet here, who's a child actor who ended up suing his parents when he got old enough to sue him because they spent up all his childhood actor money. Now, when Jimmy Bennet ended up winning a lawsuit against his parents for spending up all the money that he had made when he was a child because he worked with Asia when he was 8 years old, he played her son in some movie, and they ended up keeping in touch over the years, okay? Tweeting back and forth, I love you. This is everything that Asia tweeted over the years up until they finally had a chance to meet meet at her hotel room in 2012. It was supposed to be their grand reunion. But when Jimmy got there, this is what he said when he had his lawyers fire off documents behind the scenes after Asia's triumph speech, okay? Outing Harvey Weinstein for raping her, and he was demanding millions. He said that when he got to the hotel room, he was 17 years old. He came with a friend. Asia told him to tell the friend to leave. The friend ended up leaving the hotel room. Asia ended up fixing Jimmy here a drink. Jimmy drank the drink, and then when he got a little tipsy, she ended up forcing oral sex on him. The same thing that Harvey Weinstein was accused of doing with a few other women, but the only difference between what Asia did to the 17-year-old boy and what he did is Harvey Weinstein ended up forcing oral sex on women while they were bloody, okay? That's why he got that stank resting face. Take a look at that shit. Are y'all enjoying this story? I hope so. I told you when white folks mess up, it's like music to my soul. Let me keep going. Now, behind the scenes, after she gave that triumph speech, initiating one of the biggest takedowns in Hollywood, which was Harvey Weinstein. Now, I'm going back to the speech, okay? Because the speech is what spiraled everything and pissed his little Jimmy off. And this is why we talk about this shit now, okay? And laughing about it, because it's funny as hell. I'm telling you, if Hollywood had a Scandal of the Year awards, Asia here would get that shit. Jimmy here had his lawyers fire off documents demanding millions, and her late boyfriend, Anthony Bourdain, did the right thing. He didn't want his little girl to look stupid for doing the same shit that she accused somebody else of doing. And not only did she accuse Harvey Weinstein of raping her, after the rape, she went and got into a relationship with Harvey Weinstein for years and said the reason she got into the relationship with a man who raped her before she got into the relationship with him is because he manipulated her into being into the relationship. Right, I believe it. Marinate on that for a second. Now, Anthony Bourdain, bless his soul, did the normal thing that a man would do for his woman. He decided to take care of the negotiations and have his lawyers work with little Jimmy here, who claims he was sexually assaulted by this older woman. She was 38 at the time. He was 17. And he said he didn't know what to do. He was confused when she gave him head. And I know a lot of y'all are saying, that little boy wanted that. He looking for a come up. Maybe. But how do we know that Jimmy liked vagina? How did she know that Jimmy liked vagina? And so she just gonna force her little self on that little boy, not knowing what his preference was. Hell, she just should have asked him, or she should have did a little bit more research on who she was messing with at first to figure out if this little boy has the nerve and the audacity and the courage to sue his own damn parents. What makes you think he wasn't gonna sue your ass, okay? Now, Anthony Bourdain ended up negotiating this secret lawsuit, okay, behind the scenes so that his little girlfriend, Argento, could look like the face of the Me Too movement. But that shit backfired because Jimmy didn't get his money, okay? Jimmy didn't get his money. That was negotiated, and they agreed on $380,000 in 2 payments. He got 1 payment when Anthony Bourdain was alive, but he didn't get the second payment because he ended up kicking the bucket because Asia was sleeping with the younger reporter dude. So he ain't get his money. And so before this whole story hits last week, okay, because this shit just came out and I'm following it, every single bit of it. I told you I love this shit.
Oh my God.
Somehow everything that Anthony Bourdain was paying to hide, okay, because Jimmy wasn't gonna say nothing if Jimmy got the other half of his $380,000, but he didn't. And so when Anthony Bourdain died, and I assume he started negotiating with Asia, asking for the money that was owed, but she said that wasn't no money that was owed. I didn't negotiate with you. My boyfriend negotiated with you. Therefore, I don't owe you nothing. Jimmy said, the hell with that. Listen here, if I sued my damn parents, I'm coming after your ass. So Jimmy ended up doing the smart thing. Somehow, I believe it was the New York Times, got a hold to the emails behind the scenes of the negotiation of Asia trying to cover up the same thing that she did, and that shit hit the fan. And of course, Asia ended up denying the shit, saying she didn't sleep with them, but then one of her close friends ended up leaking text messages saying that she did sleep with them and it was awkward. And I know it was awkward. And so when I heard that, I said, yeah, that shit was awkward, because how she know that Jimmy even liked vagina? And she gonna put her old looking vagina on this little young boy. You don't do that shit. No, hell no. And the more that I think about it now, I think Harvey Weinstein's lawyers had something to do with Jimmy coming out. I think Jimmy got a lot more money than that $380,000 that out Asia for doing the same thing. And I think her friends got paid too. I know that this is a lie. And I know you're probably asking, Tasha, why did you bring us this damn story? What can we possibly learn from this? I'll tell you what we can learn from it. Nothing, okay? And so I know I just honestly unwind a lot. why. And normally when I do bring y'all videos, I bring y'all some type of conclusion to the videos. The only conclusion that I have for this video is that honestly, Hollywood need to start some type of scandal of the year awards, okay? Because entertainment news, what we do, keeps their asses hot, all right? Keeps them entertaining. Because they are honestly entertaining on and off camera. And when I read this story and I was looking at all the webs and I honestly had to watch 6 or 7 videos just to kind of get the logistics of it and read almost 20 different articles pulling it all together. I said, you know what? Y'all been asking for more diverse content, so hell, let me put the shit together and bring it to you just because. I honestly ain't got no words for this here because it's too much. It's too much. Too much. Too much. But did you enjoy it? If you did, comment below. Maybe y'all got some advice for this shit because I don't, okay? The only thing I can say honestly is that if she had gave Jimmy his money, we wouldn't even know all this shit. Hell, she kind of reminds me of Delilah from the Bible. All these men she done damn took down. But I ain't finna go biblical and spiritual on y'all ass during this video. Not sipping my wine, even though Jesus sipped wine. So we gonna follow Asia in this story unfolding, okay? Asia from 11th Street Projects, okay? Now I gotta go. Woo! Okay, now before I go, let me drink the whole damn bottle after unwinding that shit there, okay? For those of you guys that have questions about expanding your wine tasting palette, I am personally partnered with the Tasting Room, okay? When you visit the link that I'm gonna provide below this video, okay, they're gonna ask you 3 simple questions about what you like in your wines and your food and your coffee and stuff. And from that, they're gonna curate 6 different bottles of wine catered specifically to your tasting profile, all for $9.95, okay? Now, please remember, you are entering into a membership, so if it's something that you don't want, please cancel within 30 days, okay? Now, for those of y'all that are waiting on the Fuckery Friday link, that is gonna be below the video. We got a lot of stuff we unwinding, particularly Young Buck asking his transgender girlfriends to retract their statements of coming forward, okay? That's gonna be the main topic of our Fuckery Friday, so the link will be below. We're getting started at 7 p.m. on Friday, of course, same time. Bring your wine. Also, for those of y'all that want to know what I was sipping during this video here that kept me calm and shit, and being able to explain everything that I explained, woo, that was a lot. And you thought we had some mess going on. No, I'm bringing that shit too. Ain't nobody off limits on this channel, okay? I am drinking the Oak Leaf, okay, Pinot Grigio. It's a little dry. Most Pinot Grigios are dry. And I'm gonna tell you a little secret about Pinot Grigio. It doesn't matter if the Pinot Grigio is $200 or $2. They all taste the same. They all dry, crisp, and taste like apples, okay? And I honestly paid $2.95 for this wine. This will be below the video with the link that I'm gonna provide for you so that you can purchase it for yourself and probably sip tomorrow night during Fuckery Friday, okay? $2.95, Oakley Pinot Grigio. Thank you all so much for watching, okay? If you like this video, subscribe. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at UNWINEWITHTASHAK, okay? If you want to advertise on my platform, please feel free to send me an email via TashakBusiness@gmail.com, and somebody from my team will get right back with you to discuss your advertising needs. And hell, if you didn't like this video, you can still subscribe anyway, just so you can cuss my ass out. Not that I'm gonna really give a damn anyway. Now I gotta go. Bye.